Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Monday Night Raw results and birthdays, as well as superstar spoilers for this week. Happy birthday to cheerleader Melissa Anderson, turned 33. She was born August 17, 1982, worked as Alyssa Flash from TNA, as well as Raisha Saheed. Fritz Von Erich, a.k.a. Jack Atkinson, was born August 16, 1929. He died September 10th, 1997 at the age of 68. He was the patriarch of the legendary Von Erich family and was the owner of World Class Championship Wrestling Territory. Dick Murdoch was born August 16, 1946, died of a heart attack June 15, 1996 at the age of 49. The advertised Raw Dark match main event was advertised as John Cena, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Bray Wyatt. The listing was old and outdated, though, as Owens was still listed as the NXT champion. Well, later in the show, you will find out that Owens is back the NXT champion. Former WWE diva Barbie Blank, a.k.a. Kelly Kelly, spoke with Fashion Style about her role on this week's WAGs on the reality show. And she comments by saying they can expect to see a lot of drama, as Blank said regarding the E! Network show. Friendships go up and down and relationships go up and down. It's a great look at what women in the WAG world go through on a daily basis, how we deal with our men being on the road, having our own identities and careers, and lots more, unquote. Blake also spoke about transitioning from WWE to reality TV. Quote, they are both very similar. WWE is just like a soap opera, but with wrestling, while reality TV is just like that. But the characters are real and the drama is real, unquote, as she said. The transition was very easy for me because I'm used to the cameras being around, and I was very comfortable, so I was able to be myself. Another quote, I would have to say the biggest challenge was not to let myself get into the old wrestling character. Because when I would get into arguments with other girls, I would automatically turn into a WWE diva. So I had to remind myself how Barbie react, not Kelly Kelly. We are not in a wrestling ring, even though sometimes I wish I could be with some of the girls. And read the full interview at fashionstyle.com. WAGs, I'll probably show the picture in the background, stands for Wives and Girlfriends. Focus on the significant others of various pro athletes. Blank is engaged to NHL defenseman Shelton Sauray. Blank and Wags will get some help from WWE as Total Divas serves as a lead-in for their show premiere on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Central Time on the CT on E! Network. Central Time on the E! Network. Apollo Crews, the former Uha Nation, noted on Twitter that his official in-ring debut at the August 22nd NXT TakeOver Brooklyn event will be in front of the biggest crowd he's ever performed for. No word on yet who Crews will face that night, but it's rumored to be Ty Dillinger. Manny the Frenchie, the world's most followed bulldog on Twitter, I'll also show the picture behind me here, or beside me, whichever, how it appears on your screen, was backstage with her owner from backstage at Raw from Minneapolis, and along with her was Renee Young, Brie Bella, and JoJo. Two-man power trip of wrestling podcast with Austin Idol, hosted by John and Chad. Interview available at tmptow.podomatic.com. Comments on other wrestlers seeking out his training advice and working clean? Absolutely. I've always been willing to do that. My thing is always being clean. When I say clean, I mean nothing supplemental. I've just done it the old-fashioned way, training, living clean, and no juice, no gas, no illegal drugs. That's all temporary anyway. You blow up and pump up, and once you get off of that stuff, you deflate like putting air in a tire. It's just so unhealthy. So many guys and people get into a lot of trouble by doing that stuff. I've always been willing to give tips out to people to help people. Sure, why not? It doesn't hurt to help people. Working with an up and coming Rick Rude in CWA, Rick came in and was very, very lean about all cut and everything. He was a former power lifter, and I was a former power lifter. And I think he came in from Louisiana when Bill Watts was in that area at the time. He was green. He was pretty green as grass, but he had something, and it was a body. He had a girl with him, Angel, who was a good-looking girl. They were not going to use him at all, and he was not going to be successful. They were not going to use him in Memphis, but I liked what I saw, and I believed that we could create some magic. So, again, I went to Jerry Jarrett and asked to do something with this guy, and he let me. It turned out very good. Comments on working with Jerry Jarrett and their relationship. Personally, I like Jerry from the personal side. He was smart. Sometimes he could come up with something that was really, really genius. But, of course, nobody bats 1,000, and something was lukewarm. I've got to give it to him. Smart guy, and for the most part, we had a pretty good relationship. There were times when I felt my compensation was not what it should have been, and I didn't mind asking for it. I know with the internet, there is so much out there and so many people that there's not much out there that you can't believe. I've seen stories out there that I held up Jerry Jarrett for more money on the cage match versus Jerry Lawler. Crazy and totally untrue. Somebody claims that that's the case. I don't know if it's Jerry that said that, but I've always been one to say something if my compensation wasn't fair. Helping set up his feud with exotic Adrian Street. I've heard that he has said some derogatory things about me through the grapevine. I don't care. I have been out of the arena, and I came back, and he was wrestling around the middle of the card, so he wasn't the first match, but any stretch he was not in the main event. Of course, he had the character and persona with the dress and the attire and the whole thing. I looked at him and said, this guy has something going. But they weren't using him. I finished up there, and I ended up going to Alabama. When I got down there, I said to the promoter, who was Ron Fuller, there's a guy up in Memphis who has a great look and extremely flamboyant. Not a big guy, but he's got something. I told Adrian, if you want to go down to Panhandle of Florida, I've got you all set up, and boom, there's another one. And he comments on working with Dirty Dutch and Mantel. Dirty Dutch. He was very easy. Really, I was a top guy. So it was Jerry Jarrett's idea to put Dutch with me. Dutch came in, and he worked very hard. I never had any problems with Dutch. And I'm sure he was happy to be in that position. And that was about it on that one. WWE star John Cena was a guest host on Monday's Today Show on NBC, and I've got a link for you to watch. At the link on there. Cena hosted and discussed men's sleepwear in a video clip released by the show that can be viewed at the link. The segment focuses on a new bed strap that divides the bed. Here's hoping some scientists out there can combine that strap with the technology used in the invisible fence for dogs so that I can get more than a quarter of the bed that I share with my girlfriend and our two dogs. Anyway, Cena was a guest host earlier today and also will be doing the same capacity on Thursday morning's Today Show. WWE Tough Enough competitors Daria Baronato and Mata Abdelhamid were eliminated earlier this season, but were recently training together at Brian Kendrick's school in California. Daria tweeted the following, and I'll post a picture that she posted on there as she was at the Brian Kendrick school. And she also said, Tough Mata, my newest training partner. So stoked, ain't no bond like it at WWE Tough Enough family. at Mr. Brian Kendrick, hashtag WWE. And now for your spoilers for NXT, August to September. Posted by Mark Middleton. So thanks to Mark for his results. William Regal, for the August 19th episode, William Regal was out for a contract signing between Bayley and Sasha Banks. The signing ended up clean, but Bayley chased Sasha up the ramp for a brawl. Tyler Breeze defeated an up-and-coming talent. Breeze then put on a Jushin Thunder Liger mask on the guy and cut a promo. Zack Ryder, Mojo Rawley, Enzo Amore, and Big Cass defeated 4 of the new recruits. I'll also post that in this thing. Former TNA talent, Jesse Sorensen, and others. Blake and Murphy defeated Angelo Dawkins and Sawyer Folson. The Vol Villains came out and said that they have something in store for Alexa Bliss, and she slaps them. Samoa Joe quickly defeated Steve Cutler. Baron Corbin attacked Joe after the match and hit the end of days. Kevin Owens came out with a ladder and cut a promo on Finn Balor. Balor appears out of nowhere when the lights go out. They brawl and Finn gets the upper hand. He goes up top of the ladder and says he's going to kick Owens' ass at TakeOver. August 26th episode, Sasha Banks defeated Gianna Daddio. The Ascension got a huge pop and faced Baron Corbin and Rhino. There was some issue with the match, but Regal came out and restarted it. Rhino got the win with a gore. Alexa Bliss defeated Blue Pants. Apollo Crews defeated Alexander Wolf. So there's who we faced. But for the pay-per-view later on, NXT TakeOver or whatever it's called, Eva Marie defeated Billie Kay. There was a lot of angry heat for Eva here with "You Can't Wrestle" chants. Jason Jordan, who was just on Tough Enough for Tuesday night, and Chad Gable defeated Neville and Solomon Crowe. September 2nd episode, Carmella defeated Peyton Royce. Tyler Breeze and Bull Dixie versus Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa ended with Ciampa pin Bull clean. And yes, another Ring of Honor star has joined NXT WWE. As Breeze blamed Bull after the match and they fought. Daniel Brooke defeated Billie Kay. Kevin Owens came out with the NXT title for a match against Neville. Neville won by disqualification. Finn Balor ran down and stopped Owens from beating on Neville. Breeze then ran down to help Owens double team Finn. Neville came back out and teamed with Balor to take out Breeze as Owens ran away with the title. Superstar spoilers for this week from Minneapolis, Minnesota at the Target Center. Thanks to Jason Powell from ProWrestling.net. Curtis Axel defeated Adam Rose as Rose cut a promo while wearing glasses before the match. He teased his babyface routine before saying he would poop all over the party. He issued an open challenge with Axel accepted. Axel received a big hometown pop, and there was a loud Joe hit it chant at one point. Match number 2, the Ascension defeated R-Truth and Fandango. The crowd was revved up for Truth's pre-match routine, and they also liked Fandango. Truth and Fandango had some fun doing some dances beforehand. The crowd was so fired up after the opening match and for the babyface entrances, but they were nearly silent by the time the match concluded. And Raw kicked off with Lillian Garcia introducing Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, the Authority. They headed to the ring as Michael Coleslaw welcomes us to Raw. He's joined in by Byron Saxton and JBL. Stephanie welcomes us to Raw and says it feels like Christmas morning. She said the tension backstage is so thick you can cut it with a knife. She calls Sunday SummerSlam the biggest in history. She says the Barclays Center is sold out, but you can still see it on the WWE Network. Only for $9.99. Triple H chimes in and they plug the $9.99 on the WWE Network. Or you can buy it for $59.99 on pay-per-view. Triple H says it will be an unbelievable night with careers being defined and history being made. He then hypes Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker, John Cena versus Seth Rollins as promo. Graphics are shown on the big screen, and SummerSlam theme song plays in the background. Minnesota's own gets a pop for Lesnar as he's coming out. Stephanie hypes Taker and as Lesnar being on Raw tonight, plus the contract signing with Cena and Rollins. Triple H talks about Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose versus the Wyatt family. Next, we see graphics for them on the big screen. Triple H then announces Harper versus Reigns for tonight. Stephanie talks about Team PCB versus Team Bella versus Team Bad at SummerSlam. She announces Nikki Bella versus Sasha Banks for tonight. Triple H says SummerSlam will be epic for hours, 9 matches. Stephanie talks about Jon Stewart being the SummerSlam host. Triple H says the road to SummerSlam starts right now. And Randy Orton's music hits. Randy and Cesaro versus Sheamus and Kevin Owens. Orton makes his way to the ring to a very nice pop as we go to commercial. And we get individual entrances. Back from the break, out comes Cesaro to a big pop. There are some Cesaro section signs in the crowd again tonight. About 500 of them passed out from one of the fans. That was at ringside. Kevin Owens was out next, followed by Sheamus. Cesaro and Owens starts off, but Owens immediately tags. It ends up being Sheamus and Orton going at it, but Sheamus retreats to the floor, stalls more before they get physical. Sheamus stalls some more, but Orton hits him with a pair of shoulders. Sheamus scrambles back to the floor for some more stalling. Sheamus tags in Owens, who stops Orton from tagging in and goes to work on him. Orton comes out of the corner with a clothesline. He tags in Cesaro. Cesaro stops Owens from tagging in and hits a big suplex. Coleslaw points out the Cesaro section signs in the crowd. Fans start chanting for Cesaro as he hits a big uppercut off the second rope. Owens retreats to the floor as we go to commercial. Back from the commercial, Orton is fighting Sheamus off, but Sheamus hits a senton. Owens tags in with a big splash for a 2 count. Owens knocks Cesaro off the apron and stomps on Orton. Owens with a right hand on Orton. Sheamus tags in and keeps on the attack on Orton in the corner. Sheamus keeps control for a 2 count. Owens tags back in and stomps on Orton as Sheamus holds him. Owens keeps Orton grounded. Owens tosses Orton out to the floor and follows, but Orton kicks him and backdrops him onto the barrier. Orton crawls in to make a tag, but Sheamus tags in and stops him. Orton kicks him away and tags in Cesaro. Cesaro unloads on Sheamus with uppercuts. Cesaro with running uppercuts into the corner. And then Cesaro drops Sheamus with a big clothesline and goes to the top for a crossbody. Sheamus kicks out at 2. Cesaro goes for a Cesaro swing, but Sheamus makes it to the bottom rope. Sheamus with a power slam. Sheamus goes to the top, but Cesaro catches him in midair with an uppercut for a 2 count. Sheamus counters a neutralizer, but eats an uppercut. Orton tags in, but Sheamus doesn't see it. Cesaro fights Sheamus and Owens on the apron. Orton comes up on Sheamus and hits the draping DDT. Obviously didn't see the tag. Well, Owens blocks the RKO, but Orton goes right into the RKO on Sheamus. Cesaro pulls Owens out as Orton covers Sheamus for the win. After the match, Orton and Cesaro celebrate as Owens and Sheamus look on from the floor. Announcers then talk about Brock Lesnar and Undertaker, confirming both will be here later tonight. We see Taker's return at Battleground last month at the recent brawl on Raw. Up next, Taker will speak. Back to commercial, mostly a video on the big screen. Back from the break, and we hear the Druids and see Undertaker somewhere talking backstage in the video. He says, the Reaper calls your name. It's just over for you. Taker addresses Brock Lesnar, saying his name has been called out at SummerSlam. And he will never rest in peace. Then we go back to the announcers for more hype on SummerSlam and the WWE Network. We get a look at John Cena's nose being broken from a few weeks ago. Seth Rollins backstage with Stephanie and Triple H now, talking about tonight's contract signing. Rollins asks if he can have a statue in the lobby of the WWE headquarters after he wins at SummerSlam, like there are of Andre the Giant, the Ultimate Warrior, and Bruno Sammartino. They say he's got it, but aren't serious. Rollins gets excited and walks off. Roman Reigns versus Luke Harper. We go to the ring. Out comes Dean Ambrose for commentary. Roman is out next to the crowd. We go to commercial. Back from the commercial, out comes Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. Ambrose takes a chair from Saxon and pushes it over to Wyatt, and he takes a seat away from the announcer's table. Near the crowd, Harper and Reigns lock up, and before going to the corner, they trade right hands, and Reigns rocks Harper. Harper turns it around, and Reigns rocks him again. Reigns with more uppercuts. Harper takes Reigns down and applies a headlock. Reigns finally gets free and hits thrust in the corner. Reigns with kicks. Harper ducks a big clothesline, but Reigns dumps him over the top to the floor. Reigns runs around and nails the drive-by kick, and we go to a commercial. Back from the break, Harper is in control of Reigns after hitting a drop kick during the commercial. Harper with a Michinoku driver for a 2 count. Harper then gets a headlock. Harper slams Reigns and runs him over with a huge boot to the jaw for a 2 count. Harper does the gator roll on Reigns. Reigns finally makes a comeback but runs into an elbow in the corner. Harper then nails a knee to the face. Reigns slams him anyway. Harper ends up on the floor and Reigns hits the clothesline from the apron. They come back in the ring. Harper connects with a kick. Reigns with a right hand. Harper counters, but Reigns rolls him up for a 2 count. Reigns knocks Harper back out of the ring. They come back in, and Reigns nails the clothesline for a 2 count. Reigns goes for the Samoan drop, but Harper beats him down with elbows to the head. Reigns powers up anyways and hits the Samoan drop for a 2 count. Reigns ends up on the floor, and Harper goes to dive out, but Reigns meets him with another right hand. Reigns comes in, but Harper catches him with a side slam for a 2 count. They trade counters, and Harper nails a super kick. Harper then with a sit-down powerbomb for a close 2 count. Reigns comes back with a Superman punch and a spear for the win. After the match, Ambrose walks by Wyatt and taunts him on his way into the ring to celebrate with Reigns. Reigns and Ambrose look down at Wyatt as we get replays. They leave, and we come back to Wyatt in the ring checking on Harper. Lights go out as Wyatt poses over Harper and fans boo. Back to commercial. Next up, we got Tamina versus Becky Lynch. Back from the break, and we get Tamina Snuka already in the ring as an NXT champion. Sasha Banks looks on from the floor with Naomi. Becky Lynch was out next with Charlotte and Paige. They lock up, and Tamina shoves Becky across the ring. Becky grabs Tamina and gets tossed to the mat again. Tamina with a forearm and a headbutt. Becky slides out of a move and unloads with the forearm. Becky ducks a clothesline and hits across the body, but Tamina catches her with a big slam for a 2 count. We see Team Bella backstage watching the monitors and the match. Tamina slams Becky and covers for a 2 count. Tamina keeps Becky grounded momentarily. Tamina with another hard takedown, then gets another 2 count. Tamina mounted Becky with a big strike. Becky finally made a comeback out of the corner. Hits the springboard kick. Becky goes up top for the missile drop kick and a 2 count. Becky ran into a kick. Becky countered a big slap and rolled Tamina into the disarm her for the win. Submission. After the match, Team PCB celebrates as Team Bad looks on. Still to come segment, Sasha Banks versus Nikki Bella and Cena versus Rollins contract signing. Also Brock Lesnar's homecoming. Back to commercial. And next up, we got the third week in a row, Mark Henry versus Rusev. Back from the break, and Rusev with Summer Rae. Lana's on commentary as she says she has a plan. Mark Henry is out next with an American flag. They lock up and go at it, ending up on the floor. Henry unloaded on and brings Rusev back in the ring for the World's Strongest Slam for a 2 count. Henry kept control and hit another slam for an early pin attempt, but Rusev goes to the floor and Henry follows. Rusev took control and sent Henry into the ring post twice. Rusev goes over and yells at Lana before bringing him back in the ring. He connected with a big kick to the face on Henry and stomped on him before applying the accolade. Henry looked to fight the hold off, but Rusev again and tightens up the accolade for the win. After the match, Rusev has the Bulgarian flag drop down with his face on it again. We go to replays. Rusev and Summer Rae leave, but Lana enters the ring and takes her shoes off. She screams for Summer to come back to the ring. Rusev and Summer stop on the ramp and walk back to the ring. Summer goes in and readies for a fight. Lana just slaps her pretty hard as she falls down. Lana points at Rusev to come in the ring. Fans chant for Dolph Ziggler as Rusev backs Lana towards the ropes. And she's like stepping to the side, trying to look around. And then smiles. It's like just as she smiles, that triggers for Dolph to come out. As his music plays, which was a setup, and you knew something was going to happen. And the crowd goes wild. Ziggler unloaded and ducked the clothesline before hitting a big tornado DDT. And Ziggler goes to nail Rusev again, but he puts Summer in the front as he stops a super kick. Lana takes Summer down with her own super kick. And then Ziggler thanks her and drops Rusev with a super kick to the head. Summer and Rusev stumble up the ramp as Ziggler's music hits and celebrates with Lana as he gives her a big kiss in the ring. Still to come segment, the SummerSlam contract signing, back to commercial. JoJo catches up with Lana and Ziggler backstage. Ziggler wants the Authority to give him a singles match against Rusev at SummerSlam. He says it feels damn good to be back as they walk off. We get a promo video for Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. Still to come segment, Lesnar's homecoming. Next up, we get Ryback versus The Miz. Back from the break, out comes WWE Intercontinental Champion Ryback for a non-title match. Back to commercial we go. Back from the break, and out comes Big Show for commentary. The Miz was out next, and he takes the mic to rip on Show and Ryback as he walks to the ring. Ryback then takes it to the corner to start and unload on Miz. Miz turns it around and goes to work on Ryback's leg. Miz gets a 2 count pinfall attempt. Ryback eventually came back and dropped Miz with a big slam. And then nailed the meat hook clothesline and goes in and gets kicked. Miz came off the second rope. But Ryback catches him and turns it into the shell shock for the win. After the match, Ryback took the mic and says he's still hungry. Tells the Big Show to get his big ass in the ring. Ryback starts Phoebe Moore chant as Big Show stands up from commentary. Show ignores Ryback and just walks to the back. As the fans go boo. Still to come segment. The Cena Rollins contract signing, back to commercial. Back from the break, and Triple H is in the ring with Stephanie McMahon for the winner takes all match at SummerSlam. Triple H introduces the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins, and out he comes. And earlier, between all that, they did announce that Ziggler will face Rusev at SummerSlam. Well, Rollins is in the ring, thanking everyone for the introduction and gets booed more. Rollins congratulated Stephanie and Triple H on putting together what will go down as the greatest SummerSlam ever. Rollins congratulated himself on the statue that will be built in his honor when he wins at SummerSlam. Rollins goes on and takes a shot at Minnesota Twins because they can't win. Rollins continues with his promo and then signs a contract. Dueling chants are for John Cena. You know, the usual. Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks. Rollins talks about how Cena has held WWE hostage for 10 years, but that stopped on Sunday. He calls Cena a disease. Rollins then says when he broke Cena's nose, that began the process to free the entire WWE universe from Cena. He says Cena is the disease, but he's the cure. Fans mostly boo. Rollins goes on until Cena's music finally hits, and he comes with the United States Champion as fans sing their own version of his theme song. Cena said he's not in the mood to have a seat. Cena says Rollins is trying to defend his title reign while fans are doing dueling chants for him. Nobody gives a damn about Rollins, and Cena calls him a sorry excuse for a man and a cheap imitation of John Cena. Cena says it's about time Rollins made the title mean something. He says Rollins was handpicked by Triple H, and they even looked at him. Looked at Triple H himself. He's not a Cena ripoff. Cena says the real champ is here now. Cena goes on and says that what he's going to do to Rollins on Sunday will haunt him for the rest of his life. Cena says he designed his 15X gear months ago. Currently, the record is held by his mentor, Ric Flair. Cena says he will prove Rollins isn't the future, but he's just a footnote to Cena's 16th reign. Cena says he's going to make Rollins his bitch at SummerSlam. And Rollins just smirks. Kind of like that. Cena signs the contract, walks off as his music plays. Another still to come segment. Banks versus Bella. They plug Brock Lesnar appearing on ESPN for Tuesday morning. And it was ESPN Sports Center for Tuesday morning. We go back to commercial. Primetime Players and Lucha Dragons versus New Day and Los Matadors. Back from the break, we got WWE Tag Teams champions. Titles of Neil and Darren Young already in the ring with Sakara Kalisto. El Torito and Los Matadors are also in the ring for this 8-man match. Xavier Woods, Big E, and Kofi Kingston were out next. They cut promos on winning the titles at SummerSlam. They start off beating down Sakara in their corner as Woods screams at ringside. Titus gets a tag and cleans house. He takes out both Matadors and tosses them across the ring. Titus gets a pop before smashing one of the Matadors in the corner. Woods distracts Titus, allowing one of the Matadors to hit a backstabber. Torito takes out Woods on the apron, and a big fight breaks out on the floor. Titus tags in Kalisto, who springboards in on one of the Matadors for the win. The announcers confirm Ziggler versus Rusev for SummerSlam. Again. Back to commercial. We come back to a video package looking at Stardust and King Barrett versus Stephen Amell and Neville feud. Barrett Stardust cut a promo backstage on their SummerSlam opponents as Barrett calls himself the Cosmic King. Nikki Bella versus Sasha Banks is up next. We go to ring outcomes. Divas champion Nikki Bella with Alicia Fox and Brie Bella. We go to commercial. Back from the break, out comes the NXT champion Sasha Banks with Tamina and Naomi for this non-title match. Back and forth action to start the match. Sasha gets a 2 count. And some mocking of Nikki. Nikki takes control and they lock back up. Nikki takes Sasha down for another pin attempt and then puts her knee to her back. Sasha ends up turning it around and sending Nikki to the floor as we go to commercial. Back from the commercial, there's more back and forth action. Sasha with 2 more pin attempts. Nikki goes for the rack attack, but Naomi got on the apron to provide distraction. Sasha took advantage and applied the bank statement, and Nikki tapped out for the non-title win. We see Team PCB looking on the monitors backstage. Renee Young approaches the comments, and Paige says their team will be taking care of business at SummerSlam, such as TCB or PCB. Charlotte says they're going to do it with a little bit of flair. Coleslaw plugged Cena's appearance on today for this Thursday. And we got another video package for Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker. Back for the break. We got Paul Heyman already in the ring. He says he's the host for tonight's Brock Lesnar Homecoming. Heyman does the introductions, and out comes the Beast to a big pop from the hometown crowd. Lesnar makes his way out as streamers and confetti fall from the rafters. Lesnar takes a lap around the ring before making his way in the ring. The music stops as fans stand for Lesnar, and the Suplex City chants start up as he's wearing his t-shirt. Heyman drops to his knees and praises Lesnar. Heyman sings his own version of the Battle Hymn of the Republic. You know, the New Orleans Saints, the march. For Lesnar. Suddenly the bell tolls and the lights go out. Well, they're teasing. There's none other than a tease by Brock and Heyman. Fans chant Suplex City again, and Heyman takes the mic. He asks if that's the best Taker has. Heyman says Taker can bring God and the devil to SummerSlam, but Lesnar will take all 3 of them to Suplex City. Heyman goes on with the promo, but the bell tolls and the lights go out again. This time they come back on, and Taker is standing there in the ring. He kicks Lesnar with a low blow. As the fans boo, we see Heyman watching from the floor. Taker stalks Lesnar and nails a chokeslam when he gets up. Some fans pop, but there's mostly boos for Taker, it seems like. In heel fashion, Lesnar gets up again, and Taker nails a tombstone power driver for more boos. Taker drops to one knee and poses as the lights go down as music hits. Taker makes his exit and stops on the stage. Look back, and Lesnar recovering in the ring. Taker stops, faces back before raising his fist in the air as Raw goes off the air. All right, what happened after they stopped taping? Lesnar and Paul Heyman remained in the ring after Raw went off the air. Lesnar called for the mic. He dropped to his knees and said he might have to do his talking from there. Good one, buddy, he said, regarding Undertaker's low blow. Lesnar eventually stood up and thanked his hometown crowd before saying he would win at SummerSlam. And there was no dark match despite a 6-man tag being advertised for several months from the Target Center website. And that concludes my Raw video for this week. God bless. See you one with me. Peace out. God bless. If you don't know, just call me bro.